Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Valerie Mills. Thanks for logging on to My Fox Hurricane. We are tracking our first major hurricane of the season. As of this morning, upgrades landed with Hurricane Beryl now at Category 3 strength, as it's about 400 miles to the east-southeast of Barbados, and a very dangerous situation unfolding for the Windward Islands as conditions really are favorable for this to continue to strengthen even more. And we did see that rapid intensification from this storm over the last 24 hours. It really was able to pick up some strength quite quickly, as it really is spinning over record warm waters in the Atlantic, about 3 to 5 degrees warmer than normal. And that may sound like a little bit, but just that extra warmth in the water really feeding this storm. So as we play our track map out, as it approaches parts of the Windward Islands early Monday, it is forecast at this point to reach Category 4 strength before impacting land. Looks like it'll come kind of just to the south of Barbados before moving through parts of the Caribbean here through the start of next week. Conditions favorable for that to continue to be a 3 or a 4 category storm as it kind of scoots just to the south of Puerto Rico and Cuba. Once it gets into parts of the Caribbean, it will start to encounter a little bit of wind shear. Will look like it'll kind of level it out a bit, if not weaken it. Still expected to maintain Category 2 strength, though. So this is going to maintain to be a very strong hurricane here over the next coming days. We have watches and warnings with a hurricane watch in effect for Barbados. Martinique is under a tropical storm warning, with Grenada included in that hurricane warning. Expecting impacts to start later tonight and early Monday morning, especially as already this morning we have seen kind of a defined eye wall starting to develop with this storm and really organized convection around the storm center. Those are signs of the strengthening that we have already seen and some more in store. But I guess the good news is we still have a strong ridge of high pressure to the north of this. So as far as any impacts to mainland USA, this storm likely going to continue on its due west path. So a couple of outliers showing a little bit more of that northwest track here as we play this out over the coming days. I think at this point we'll likely continue to see it continuing on its westward track. It's moving pretty quickly at about 21 miles per hour right now. So we'll continue to watch that over the next coming days with any additional impacts that we'll be expecting. But the Windward Islands, will be closely watching them for the impacts that we're expecting. Some life-threatening surge, flooding, and dangerous hurricane force winds starting tonight through tomorrow. I want to show you the other two areas that we are watching as Invest 94L, about a 50-50 chance that this will additionally develop in the next coming days. And another storm system just behind Hurricane Beryl. I just want to say how rare it is to be talking about these major hurricanes developing this far east in the Atlantic. We typically talk about these developing closer to home this time of year. This is actually the farthest east on record that we have seen a hurricane develop out in the Atlantic. And with this disturbance just behind Beryl, if it were to develop, about a 70% chance in the next week or so, and it looks like it will continue on a very similar track that Hurricane Beryl is currently on. So we'll continue to be watching all of these areas of interest and bring you updates right here on My Fox Hurricane.